Today I'm going to shoot Blair Fukumura, which is a top dessert chef in Toronto. And I had photographed him for an article on his work for a magazine. And we had a lot of fun during that shoot. And he wanted to do some work for himself, for promotional stuff. And so we came up with some ideas. And he hired me, and we're here today shooting him as dessert, actually, just as a fun idea.
I met Ron when he was hired to photograph me for an article. I felt that we got along really well. He has the same sort of sense of humor that I do, the same ability to kind of laugh at himself and other people as well. So that's sort of how we sort of clicked. And I've got my own webpage, and I wanted to get some photographs of myself for it. And I've also been approached by a few production companies for a possible TV show and a book, so I wanted to get some pictures for them as well. So that's basically how we sort of got together.
He's great to work with because he has no shell to come out of. You know, when you get him in front of the camera, he's one of the few people that aren't afraid of the camera, you know, and his face comes alive. And it's a bit rubber too, so it's fun to shoot. Blair's a dessert chef, you know, and quite a well-known one in Toronto. And he's thinking of recipe books and all kinds of things for his future. So we came up with this idea that he was the dessert, right? And he'll do anything. That's what makes it fun. I'm always doing this stuff. Every day is a challenge, you know, because I have to make a great image out of anything. Whether I'm on location in a factory or whether I'm in here doing something, it's to make the product beautiful and to make it interesting to the viewer, because people are subjected to so many images all the time that you have to get their attention. When was the last cakehead you saw, you know? Perfect. I've been a jewelry expert, I've been cosmetic expert, I've been shooting people, and then I've been shooting product and shooting food. And I've gone through all kinds of stints, creative stints and stuff, where people will think of my name, they'll think of me as usually one of those things, right? Because they put you in that box. One May, I got married, bought a house, I was sort of settled down, as it were, and all of a sudden 2 clients showed up within 3 weeks on brand new motorcycles and said, I went, oh, nice. And they said, you have to get one. And I said, why? He said, because you love them. Well, no, I don't. Like, oh, yeah, you're always talking about it, right? And I didn't know I actually talked about it. But anyways, I got a bike, and there was 5 or 6 of us who decided to take a trip across the States. And when I got back, there was an ad that was put out by a race school saying, be a better driver on the street. So I took the course and fell in love with racing. So I've been racing ever since. I find that when I go racing, it's so intense, takes so much concentration, and I love it so much too, that I can go away for 2 days racing and I come back and it's like I've been off for a week. So it's just a good release for me. Well, the thing about shooting food is you have to entice people's appetites either through smell or through the eyesight. And so the food has to look totally appetizing. And lighting and all that is what does that. And I just finished a huge project for Common Salt, and that'll be packaging. So it'll be on the shelf for a long time, and it's got to stand out amongst its competitors. I've done a lot of stuff for McDonald's. The ice cream stuff you see in the summer is mine. I read somewhere that 85% of the population is terrified of dentists. And I think photographers come in second because people dislike being photographed, period. So the whole goal is to relax them, to let them become themselves, right? And that one particular shot in the bar, they were not told I was coming, too. That was the exciting thing. So I showed up and gathered them around, and I was getting people who were in there just having lunch around the bar, and I approached them to be in the photograph, And of course, they shake their head like that. And then I said, I'll buy your lunch. So they just get up and they get in the shot. It's fun when you're working with real people and you can get them relaxed and being themselves, because every person on earth has a distinct character, and it's great to bring that out. In 23 years at the time of shooting, no one had ever asked me about doing 3D. And then I did this 3D job, and then within 4 months, Sports Illustrated came out with 3D swimwear cover. And then shortly after that, I got called by another client, and I did a job for Bayer in 3D. It's very interesting work, and it's just a fun, different way of looking at life. I've always done personal stuff because it's almost like I go racing to get a break from real life, and a lot of times you'll get work that is very controlled, in the sense that I'm taking care of the client's needs, period, right? And it's already been through so many channels, we can't change the idea. So it gives a chance for me to be creative and express my own ideas, you know. It gives me free rein to do anything I want, and to light as wacky as I want, and I've been shooting my kids a lot, so I've been having fun working with them. I love it. I love it. It's an art form. Every day you wake up and you go and shoot something, it's a new day with a whole new challenge, and the results will be different. I've never shot a guy's head in a cake before. Good. I think my style is still coming out. You know, that's how I feel, because I love the art, and it's always changing. And now we're all moving into digital, so there's a whole new thing happening there, a whole new world opening up to us.
Is that it, guys? Are we done? Is that a wrap? Guys?